All right, you're tuned in here to some live Q&A from me, Jimmy Crowther, on NBA Now by Chat Sports. And Rashard Lee, keeping those great questions coming. Hashtag NBA. Can the Mavs trade for Bradley Beal? Rashard, I love the question. I love the ambition, but the simple answer is no. They don't have the firepower. Tim Hardaway Jr., Dwight Powell, and some picks in the second round is not going to get it done. When you got an all-NBA talent like Bradley Beal, there's not really anything you can do to pry him away from the Washington Wizards. But a big three of KP, Bradley Beal, and Luka Doncic is dynasty mode, I'll tell you what. Timing Bigfoot, who's clearly a Seattle Seahawks fan. By the way, we got a Seahawks channel. Go subscribe if that's your thing. Go to youtube.com/SeahawksTV to go subscribe to that. Here's a question from him. Will Kevin Love get traded? Well, the latest rumor is that Kevin Love could be moved to the Phoenix Suns. I put out my hypothetical trade scenario on the channel. You can go check that out right now. I don't think he will get traded, though. He's owed way too much money. $91.3 million over 3 years is too much for a guy who can't stay healthy, and no team is going to want to trade for that contract. Producer Brett trying to trip me up by throwing out all the hard names up here. Naod, Yemane. I guess that's how you say it. If I got it wrong, let me know in the comments section. He asks, will he or she, not sure, will the Warriors be legit NBA contenders next year if they have a good draft? Here's the thing. I think the Warriors could be a great NBA contender even if they draft terribly. If they blow that first-round pick, they still have Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, and Draymond Green. They've also got Andrew Wiggins, who I think people are overlooking as a third option on a really solid team. So, yes, I think the Warriors will be legit NBA contenders. If they have a good draft, I think they'll be top 3 in the Western Conference. Now, if they get that number 1 pick and go with a guy like Anthony Edwards or a Deni Avdija or maybe even a James Wiseman, that just solidifies how good this Warriors team is. Not having them fully healthy robbed a lot of NBA fans of really getting to see their full potential. But next year, they're going to be back, and they're going to be back with vengeance. So if you want to keep those questions coming, use hashtag NBA to get in the comment section and up on screen. But I'm going to ask you now, will the Warriors return to the playoffs in 2021? I'm going to make it real simple for you. I'm going to make this the pinned comment on today's video. So scroll down and type Y for yes, type N for no. I think this is an easy yes. I think Steph and Klay and Draymond and whoever that first pick is will lead the team back to the NBA playoffs. Fletcher Horton asking a great question. Fletcher, good to see you on the channel. Who is the biggest X factor for the Dallas Mavericks? Of course, he's using that hashtag NBA to get up on screen. It's a good question. And I think the obvious and easy answer would be Luka Doncic or Kristaps Porzingis because they're the two best players. So I'm not going to include them. Who the third option is Tim Hardaway Jr. That's the X factor. If Tim Hardaway Jr. does what he did in the regular season, now in the NBA bubble, this team, it could make a push past the first round. And that's the whole goal of this year. So I'm going to say Tim Hardaway Jr. Maybe you guys have some different ideas. Let me know in the chat and in the comment section. Keep those questions coming with hashtag NBA. Isles Fan for Life says, who won the Kevin Durant trade? Well, the Brooklyn Nets haven't played with Kevin Durant yet, and the Warriors traded D'Angelo Russell for Andrew Wiggins. So I'm going to say the Brooklyn Nets because you got the better player. You got a top 5 NBA player when fully healthy. I think that's the only right answer as of right now, but we'll just have to wait and see what version of Kevin Durant we get with the Brooklyn Nets when the season returns next year. Whatever team you are a fan of, the best way to rep that team is with a NBA jersey. Get an authentic one for up to 50% off. Chatsports.com/NBA jersey. Whether you want the Lakers, the Bucks, maybe you want to rep Luka Doncic, whatever jersey you need, go check it out at chatsports.com/NBA jersey. I'm going to go get one right now. 50% off? Why not? That's easy money. So now we'll keep the questions coming here on our live Q&A with hashtag NBA. And as long as you use Super Chat, you're going to jump the line and get your question up here first on screen. From Santiago Solo, who are the dark horses for each conference? This is a good question and something we've been talking about here in the studio. For the Western Conference, I'm going to stay away from one team, and I'm going with the Denver Nuggets. I think that is the dark horse to make the Western Conference Finals and push for the NBA Finals if Bol Bol is 100% healthy, if Michael Porter Jr. is 100% healthy, and if Nikola Jokic's weight loss really proves to be as effective as we all think it is. Now, in the Eastern Conference, maybe this isn't a dark horse because they're second in the East, but anyone not named the Milwaukee Bucks feels like a dark horse to me. And the Toronto Raptors are that dark horse. You've got basically the same team as last year, minus 2 starters in Kawhi and Danny Green. And that's not the same team, but you have all that same experience. Pascal Siakam, Kyle Lowry, Fred VanVleet, the head coach of the year in Nick Nurse. I'm going to go with the Toronto Raptors as that dark horse in the Eastern Conference. Ethan Turner asks, who will be the champs in 2020? The champs in 2020 this year, I'm going with the LA Lakers. It's theirs to lose. Now, do I want them to win? No, I don't. I want Giannis Antetokounmpo and the Milwaukee Bucks to take home that NBA trophy this year. But I think the Lakers are the team to beat. But it's not just about what I think. It's about what you guys think. If you think the Lakers are the champions this year, if you think they win it all, type L in the comment section. If you think it's the Milwaukee Bucks, type B in the comment section. Maybe you want to go to the Los Angeles Clippers, type C. Or maybe you got another team. Let me know down in the comment section below. Ethan Turner's going to agree with me here. He goes with the Los Angeles Lakers. Keep those votes coming as Kevin Otto goes with the Los Angeles Clippers. The Doggy Show is going with the Dallas Mavericks. I see Eason goes with the Los Angeles Clippers. Timing Bigfoot goes with the Houston Rockets. So keep shouting out those teams down in the live chat. Let's talk about Micah Clark. My Lakers got lucky that Harrell and Lou Williams didn't play on Thursday night against the Los Angeles Clippers. You're darn right they got lucky because that's 18 points from each guy that did not play in that game. Now, had both of them played, based on the way that game was going, the Los Angeles Clippers would have won it. I'm saying that right now. You get 36 points off the bench that the Clippers didn't have last night. That's an easy W for the Clippers based on the way the Los Angeles Lakers were being played or playing that game. Deric Harris coming in with the questions here. Could the Nets trade for Bradley Beal? Simple answer, no. They don't have the firepower. Much like the Dallas Mavericks, they cannot really trade any solid pieces. You got Karis LeVert, you got Joe Harris, you got Jared Allen. That's fine, but you don't have the firepower to bring in a Bradley Beal alongside Kevin Durant and and Kyrie Irving. It's just not going to happen right now. Now, maybe he forces his way to Brooklyn, and the Washington Wizards are like, okay, we'll do what you want because you've been loyal for a little while. But I don't see it happening. I don't think the Nets have the firepower to make that trade happen. Let's go to Philipp here with a great question. Who's the most realistic 3-and-D target for the Dallas Mavericks in next year's free agency? Here's the thing, Philipp. I don't know that they have to target a 3-and-D guy. And here's why. You got one great one in Dorian Finney-Smith. He has been absolutely incredible for this team. And I think what I would rather do, in all honesty, I'd rather go ahead and draft a 3-and-D guy because with that top 20 pick that the Mavs are likely to have, I think there are going to be some great 3-and-D targets like a Josh Green, much like some other guys like the guy out of Villanova that I'm completely blanking on his name, Saddiq Bey. He's a great 3-and-D target. Go and draft guys like that. Don't worry about using your money in free agency on a 3-and-D guy. But that's just my opinion. Maybe you know of someone in the comment section. Go ahead and shout it out.